So thank you all so much for tuning in. It really, it means a lot when you show up for yourself and when you take time to dedicate your evening and your precious time to really understanding your health and ways that you can improve your health more. So I'm really excited because we have a lot of great content, and perhaps maybe you heard that we're doing some giveaways. So I'm excited to hook you guys up and give you a lot of education. I know that our intention in creating this webinar has been that we really want to, moving into 2020, Jim and I, my husband here, we really wanted to think about what are the ways that we can support you guys more. And together, just the two of us, we have sitting on, I think, over 30 years of, at least over 30 years of health and wellness expert advice that we can give you guys. And on our team, we have hundreds of thousands of hours with all of the collective amazing healing people that we have in our tribe. So we're really excited to create an awesome lineup this year to deliver this content to you guys. So hey Beth, you're in your car, nice. Hey Sylvia, you're in Argentina, but you live in Jackson Hole. Oh, cool, awesome. And Lori Davis, thank you for doing this. You're welcome, Lori. Thank you so much for tuning in. So without further ado, we want to go ahead and get started on our presentation. So while we get this all hooked up, I just want to make sure that everybody is on the same page. So everybody here, hopefully, has been already into a doTERRA account, right? So I'm hoping that all of you here have done that. So let me know. We are just making sure that this screen gets set up. So hopefully you all should be able to see our screen as soon as we share it with you. Yeah, it's always one thing that gets messed up, but that's okay. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and share our screen here and show you guys our class. This is not the one.
Yeah, it is. You didn't change the picture.
Oh, okay.
That was the problem.
Oh, I see.
You want to add it now?
That's why I was so confused. Okay, so
restart the recording.
No, it's fine. Okay, so hi everyone. I'm Jen Panza. Don't mind the last slide. That was for the webinar that we're doing next week. We can announce that, by the way. Next week, we're going to be doing an oils basics class at the same time and place. So if you'd like to join us, we'd love to have you for our basics class next week. But this class, we're expecting all of you guys to be members of our amazing community. So like I said, I'm Jen Panza. I am a wellness entrepreneur. I've been teaching yoga for about 10 years. And for the last 4 years, I have been diving deep into essential oils with doTERRA, and I am a diamond leader on our team. And Mr. Jim is such an incredible person, and I'm so lucky that, number one, he asked me to marry him, and number two, that he is here sharing his wealth of knowledge and information, since he is a licensed acupuncturist, the author of this really cool book, Unlearning Stress, and he is an amazing podcaster. Those of you guys have heard his Pleasure Points podcast, you know what I'm talking about. It's super cool. Yeah, I did the double finger for the podcast. That's how much I like it. Only because I'm a frequent guest on the podcast, so I feel like
they're much better when you're on.
I think it's fun. Oh, now he's just being sweet. See, that's nice. Okay, guys. So here we go. Looking at this, so do you identify with feeling overwhelmed? Do you feel tired? Do you feel sluggish? Do you feel like bloating is the new norm in your life? And is it challenging to think clearly? Has it been a while since you felt like your best self? And have you felt heavy, regardless of whether or not that you've gained weight? And the question is, have you grown to become accustomed to this? How do you really feel? Have you become used to this sensation of uncomfortable? And is this discomfort the new normal? And is this something that you've just accepted as this is who you are, and that probably won't change? Well, the good news is in this webinar, we are talking about natural solutions that won't require you to starve yourself, spend thousands of dollars, or take ineffective pharmaceuticals that have dangerous side effects. And we're going to make it fun. So you guys can get lots of free stuff. We have over $200 worth of goodies. I've got this little bag here. And we've got all sorts of cool things in here. Some really amazing prizes. I'm not even going to tell you what they are, but some things for skin, some things for digestion, some oils maybe you've never tried. We've even got toothpaste and all sorts of cool stuff in here. So pay attention because we're going to be doing giveaways throughout. And then at the very end, we have something very special. Okay? So here we go. So we're talking about the 3 simple pillars to digestive health.
So thank you guys so much for being here. I'm really excited. I was somebody who, just to give you a little bit of background before we really dive into this, is that I was diagnosed with Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis when I was like 18, 19 years old. And, you know, if you've listened to the podcast, you know I'm super passionate about talking about poop. The joke for the Pleasure Points podcast is that we should really call it a Pleasure Poop podcast. Because it's really exciting and because I know what it's like to be ravaged with inflammation and to be dealing with a digestive distress that doctors say is never going to go away. And it was only through natural health and finding you know, the right combination of plants and functional medicine that that helped me to heal without any pharmaceuticals. And fortunately, I've been disease-free for many, many years now. And so I'm really excited to share with you like what I've learned in that journey. And the beauty is that doTERRA makes like incredible products that make healing your gut and restoring your health super, super simple. And so we tried to simplify this process and to give you like the really like the core nuggets that you're going to need to take control of your health and to really realign with that digestive health. And so the 3 pillars of this, number 1 is going to be to eliminate toxicity. So we're talking about both environmental toxins and then also supporting the body so that it can naturally detoxify itself better. The second one is going to be restoring key components. So we're going to look at things like probiotics for the microbiome and enzymes that are going to help your body to break down that food that you are eating and turn it into very, very useful fuel. And then the last one is going to be to decrease inflammation. And this is, we're going to be diving in obviously into essential oils and some stress management. So what happens here is that when you heal your gut, you're also going to see that you're going to improve your mood, you're going to boost your immune system, increase your vitality, and look better. It's like everything is going to be running through the gut. And you know, if you're on this webinar, you probably know that like when your gut's not feeling good, it's really hard to thrive in all these areas of your life.
So the gut is not only something that you may feel physically just feeling bloated, but it really can affect your mood. So your gut is your second brain. And you've heard this a lot. It's a big thing buzzing on social media right now. And it's not just a myth. 90% of the signals from your vagus nerve go from the gut to the brain instead of the other way around. So our digestion, it's really important because our digestion impacts a neurotransmitter creation, okay? And neurotransmitters, what they are chemical messengers that tell our body what to do and how we feel. So our gut is incredibly crucial, starting from the gut on thinking of how your gut can affect your mood.
Yeah, so most people, they think of the brain as like the place where everything happens. And one of the things that I love about Chinese medicine is they talk about the importance of the gut. And there was a school of thought that said, no matter what anybody comes in complaining of, you want to treat the gut first. And so to really think about your stomach and what's going on in the digestion is like being the epicenter of sending all of the things to the rest of the body that they need in order to do their job well. So if the digestion isn't working well, it's hard for all of the other faculties in the body to thrive. So we're talking about neurotransmitters, we're talking about serotonin, we're talking about dopamine, we're talking about GABA, we're talking about acetylcholine, all of these things that either tell the nerves to activate or to chill out and to relax. All of that's going to come through the gut. And so what happens here is that when we talk about inflammation, there's the vicious cycle of chronic inflammation. And so inflammation is going to be like much more than obvious swelling and bruising. Most of the people think like you bump your elbow or you have an injury and it really swells up. You're like, oh, look how inflamed it is. But when we get down into the body, inside in those places that you can't see obviously by looking at somebody, we can see that there can be microscopic and even more obvious inflammation that's playing a role in almost every major disease. It seems like when I'm reading the research, every like disease that they find is they look for what the causes are. Sure, there's some genetic links, but inflammation seems to always be a part of that, especially that uncontrolled inflammation. So we're seeing it with cancer, heart disease, diabetes, Alzheimer's, inflammatory bowel disease for sure, depression. Even, you know, there seems to be some talk that autism has a link in uncontrolled inflammation and an inflammatory response. And so, you know, there's an important distinction, which is like inflammation is going to occur in the body. We want inflammation to happen. People that don't have the ability to create an inflammatory response, they're not going to do very well because the body's going to have a hard time healing itself. The problem is when it gets unregulated and it goes on for too long, it's going to trigger these disease processes. And so what's going to happen is that when that inflammation is going on in the body, especially if it's going to be in the digestive tract, in, you know, the stomach, the esophagus, the stomach, the small intestine, large intestine, the colon, right? That's going to make digestion very, very challenging. It's going to be hard for the body to break down the food and get extracting the proper nutrients so that the body can do well. And so then when that happens, then that aggravated digestion is going to just prolong the inflammation because it's not breaking down the food the way that it should. And now you've got larger particles that should be there. I don't want to get into like all of the complex biochemistry. Jen's eyes are already glazing over. She's like, stop talking about this stuff. Keep it simple. I get really passionate about it. But basically what you need to know is that when you're inflamed, chronically inflamed, your body's not feeling well. And that decrease in that inflammation is going to be a big, big part of restoring your gut health.
Yeah, so break it down in layman's terms. If you aren't feeling amazing, the chances are, if you are experiencing some sort of bloating or inflammation or any of these symptoms in your gut, it is because there is some sort of inflammatory response that's happening in your body, even though you may not know that it is inflammation that is causing it.
Yeah, what she said.
So how did we get to this place of this chronic inflammation? The environmental toxins, chemical exposure. Whenever we take an antibiotic, who here, type in the chat if you've had to take an antibiotic in the last 6 months to a year. There's antacids, right? People are popping those Tums all the time. Eating unhealthy food. Oh my gosh, there's so many different oils that they cook with in different fast food places or even regular food places that are really taking a toll on our health. And this poor lifestyle is leading to this inflammatory response in the body. Of course, our food isn't as nutrient dense as it used to, so there's vitamin deficiencies in the body. And then, of course, we're plagued with this chronic feeling of stress in our society. And together, this is the perfect cocktail to create inflammation in the gut and to have a digestive system that needs some support.
All right, so let's take a look at some of these numbers here. So 82,000 is going to be the number of chemicals that have been introduced in the last 50 years. We've got $4.1 trillion, which is going to be the global sale of chemicals worldwide, which has gone up by a factor of 25 since 1970. Minimal is going to be the amount of governmental and regulatory oversight. It's just a reality of commerce and business and industry that the development of these chemicals is far outpacing regulation. And then one day, this is going to be the number that a modern American exposed to the same amount of chemicals in one day as your grandparents experienced in their entire lifetime. And so basically, like, we're already overstimulated. And the reality is that our bodies have not evolved to be able to handle all of this, right? Some of you that are parents out there, you probably see it, maybe you're experiencing it with yourself and certainly with your kids if they have devices. You know, it's like we see the constant stimulation from the screen. Our bodies aren't adapted to that. So it's like it's creating all of this like neurological craziness. And the same thing can be true with all of the chemicals and the stuff that we're exposed to, right? All the preservatives in the food, artificial sweeteners, like all of this stuff, where our bodies just aren't evolved enough to be able to handle it. So we shouldn't be surprised that when we are exposed to these things, that our body is going to mount an inflammatory reaction and be like, what in the heck is going on here, right? This is something that we don't recognize. Our great ancestors wouldn't have recognized that it is something that is like normal and healthy for us. And so between what we eat, what we wear, what we breathe, even like the couches that we sit on and all that stuff that they're sprayed with, we're bombarded by things that our ancestors have never faced.
And so what's this costing you? So just take a moment to think about your digestive health and this bloating, this this not really great regulation that you have of your digestion. What is this costing you? Is it costing you time that you could be spending at your favorite exercise class? Is it costing you money? Are you going to see doctors frequently? Are you feeling that you can't go to the beach when you want because you are worried about what bathing suit that you have, because you're insecure about the way your stomach looks? Are you feeling mentally fatigued every single day, where you feel that heaviness in your body, where your emotional health is really drained, and physically you're not able to live the life that you know that you could live if you are in balance? So the first thing that we can do, the first step of our webinar tonight, is to reduce that toxic load. So the first thing we want you to do is pay particular attention to what you eat, to what you drink, and to what you put in or on your body. So the first step is reducing the toxic load.
And we know that everybody's here and is super excited to like use the oils and all of that, but we have to address the fact that, like, you know, we've got to address that toxic load that's there.
This is where the giveaways start and gets fun and interactive. So the first person to type in the chat the first tip for healing your gut can get, dun, 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 looking into the goodie bag, a wild orange. Who said it? Reduce toxic load.
Meyer.
Elizabeth Meyer.
All right, winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Congratulations, Elizabeth.
Or healthy vegan dinner.
I love people said probiotics already. they're just like in it. But now you know that you're paying attention. And stay tuned to the end, Elizabeth. I'm going to tell you how to redeem your prize, okay?
All right, awesome. Let's go ahead and look at step number 2, which is to give the body what it needs to thrive. And so this is going to be whole food-based multivitamin and mineral support that's going to ensure the proper absorption and the healthy digestion and liver function. Look, the reality is that we're just not getting the nutrients that we need from our food. And even if you are eating really, really well, in order for the body and the liver and the pancreas, the gallbladder, and the spleen, all the things to have the support that they need to deal with the onslaught of the toxicity that you're just exposed to by being alive. And certainly if you're in America, like, you know, living the standard American life, your body's going to need that extra support, need those extra nutrients in order for you to feel good and to help support those organs to do what they should do best, which is to detoxify. And so when we look here at this chart of, you know, kind of lifestyle and healthcare, the bottom of this wellness pyramid is going to be to eat right and exercise. And we're going to go up and see rest and manage stress and reduce toxic load. If, you know, we borrowed this from somewhere else, but if I were to make this, I think I would probably put the toxic load as the bottom of the pyramid. Because no matter how well you're eating right, if you're still surrounded by chemical craziness, it's going to be very, very challenging for you to feel good. It's going to be hard to eat your way out of a toxic lifestyle. And so, you know, here it's going to be super, super important. That's why we had to make it number 1 and part number 2, so your body can, you know, manage the toxic load that's there.
And we're assuming that everybody here knows that eating organic is important, sweating every day is important, and that this rest cycle is part of that resetting of your body so that your body can detoxify itself.
Yeah, and one of the best ways to, you know, the body does to handle the toxicity is through pooping. And so I imagine some people are here because they don't poop well.
Touche.
So stay tuned.
Poop opportunities coming your way.
Oh, jeez.
I had to do it. I couldn't help it. Everybody poops. It's okay. We can talk about it. So we're talking now a little bit about the problem with most vitamins, okay? So most generic vitamins, this is stuff that you get at even Whole Foods, but most of the things from GNC or from your regular grocery store, that they're synthetic. So I talk to a lot of people on the phone, even customers in doTERRA, and they're like, oh, I already take a multivitamin. But the problem with these generic multivitamins is that they don't really give your body the food that you need. Your body can only receive nutrients from food. So if it's not a food-based vitamin because it's synthetic, it's not going to help your body to absorb and to digest the way that it's supposed to. So really this can be a hard thing for your gut to take those generic ones, because you're basically just giving your body another thing that your body has to sort through, and then you pee most of it out, okay? So the doTERRA way is based on the whole food sources. They're safe, balanced formulations, and they have specific support that is for the liver and for the cellular health. So you're nourishing your body from the inside with whole food-based supplements that are going to really take your digestion to the next level. So what's the second tip for healing your gut?
First person in the chat wins a prize.
What's the second tip? Do, 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 do. Courtney McGuire got it.
Yeah, she's the winner.
Give the body what it needs.
That's right.
Great job, Courtney.
Nice one, Courtney. Woohoo!
Amazing. Okay, great. Give the body what it needs is tip number 2.
All right, tip number 3. You guys are catching on. Perhaps there's going to be a quiz question. Number 3 is repair the microbiome. So not all bacteria are bad, right? So the microbiome is going to refer to healthy or good bacteria in the gut that help you to feel good. These are little things that happen, break down the food and help us to thrive. Anything you want to add to that? It's pretty straightforward, right? So how do you know if your microbiome is working well? Well, if you've ever taken antibiotics or if you eat the standard American diet, chances are that your microbiome is compromised. 70% of people are going to have some form of digestive upset. Symptoms of a microbiome that's out of balance: bloating, constipation, diarrhea, weak immune system, and fatigue, among others. And so how do you fix it? Well, you've got to get the good bacteria back into your body. And fermented foods is one way. Things like sauerkraut, miso, tempeh, right? The kombuchas, right? All of these things are going to have some healthy and good probiotics for you. And the other one is going to be a high quality probiotic supplement is going to be another way. But remember, not all the probiotic supplements are alike. So you've got to take the ones that can get them past the stomach acid and make it to the intestines where they are absolutely needed in order to do their work.
So what's the number 3 tip for healing your gut?
I've got Aurora here that says repair the microbiome.
Aurora. You guys are catching on with the themes, yes? Repair the microbiome. Wow, we've got so many people that got it.
Aurora,
oh, that's amazing.
perfect.
Aurora was the first one. Amazing. Super good. Okay, I don't know your last name, Aurora, so you're just going to have to message us at the end, okay? All right, congratulations. Here we go. So now we're going on to the tip number 4, which is make digestion easy for your body, okay? Making digestion easy for your body. The first way that we can make digestion easy is through digestive enzymes. So as we get older, we start to lose the natural occurring digestive enzymes that are made in our body. So what are enzymes? Enzymes are the building blocks for almost every, make sure they're not cheating. Enzymes are the building blocks for almost every single process in the body. And they are incredible because when we eat food with enzymes in it, our body has an easier time to actually digest those foods. And growth, healing, reproduction, digestion, detoxification, and hormone regulation are just some of the processes of the body that are supported by enzymes.
So the question is, like, where did all the enzymes go? And unfortunately, the standard American diet just doesn't have many foods with those enzymes. So the pasteurization, sterilization, radiation, preservation, freezing, and microwaving can all render food enzymes inactive or useless. And now, one of the ways to ease the burden on your digestive tract is to chew your food. So there's a great saying in like the slow food movement, or, the chewing your food movement, which is going to be, you want to, how does it say it? It's, you want to drink your solids and chew your liquids. Really slow things down, right? Because the mouth is loaded with the salivary enzymes that are going to help start breaking food down. But we can really supplement the rest of the body. We can use supplementation to help support the body to really ease that burden of the digestion. And so what we've got here is, just a picture of the gut-brain axis. And so we see, again, this is kind of like, just to summarize where we're at right now, is that, everything interplays with each other. And so when the gut isn't feeling well, we don't feel well. If you're stressed out, you may notice that your stomach really goes on lockdown, or your body doesn't eliminate the way that it should. And so there's just this constant loop. And so we want to always be paying attention to the entire ecosystem in which our digestion is happening. Right in there, you see the little microbiome. Happy little probiotic.
Hello, probiotic. So very important to repair the microbiome. So what is the tip number 4 for healing your gut? By the way, make sure that they're just typing it in now and not earlier. Courtney, you're getting a grapefruit, and then Aurora, you're getting a peppermint essential oil, by the way.
We've got Kristen, who says, make digestion easy for your body. What, did she jump the gun? She may have cheated. That's all right. We'll be nice.
All right, Kristen. No cheating, you guys. Okay.
Oh, Kirsten. Sorry.
Kirsten. There we go. Kirsten. So you get, let's see what you get. Dun, 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 dun. Kirsten, you get a Virage toner helping to reduce toxicity in your facial care routine.
Party people.
Let me just make sure I have her name right. Can you pull back up the chat?
Yeah, my chat's not showing all the people when they comment.
Oh, okay. Oh, so we have to do it from this one. So just leave it up like
yeah,
this.
some people aren't going to they're just doing the panelists.
Okay, got it. Amazing.
All right, number 5, regulating inflammation. Jen, you want to take this one?
Yes, so regulating inflammation in the body is really important. So this is all about pattern interruption. This is my area of expertise, which is creating new habits in the body, new pathways in the body, so that the molecules start to regulate themselves. So this could be yoga, meditation, journaling, vacations, any remedy that supports the body to find its own balance, which is not a harsh pharmaceutical that actually slows down the natural response. So the most important thing is for us to create this I like to say, where we put a skip in the CD. So that CD isn't on repeat anymore. We're actually interrupting that pattern of the body, and we're creating a new pathway, a new way of being, so that the body can find its optimal harmony and balance.
Yeah, awesome.
So the great news is that there are some amazing products that do both. So essential oils, of course, are our go-to remedies to interrupt these patterns that are unhealthy of the mind and the body and the spirit. And many have been shown to have anti-inflammatory and immune regulating properties, which is phenomenal because we know that those are going to support our digestion. And pattern interruption, along with getting the body the healing molecules it needs, AKA through our digestion, through the supplements, this combination is critical to transform your entire ecosystem. So you really need both components. You need the pattern interrupt, and then you need the nutritional support in order for your body to truly thrive.
Yeah, because you guys will know, like if you've ever been anxious, let's look at that one, right? You've had something you've been really nervous about it. You got to interrupt that pattern. And then once you do that, that's great, but then how do you sustain it? And that's where, using the great lifestyle approaches with the yoga, meditation, acupuncture, all that, but certainly the essential oils, having the oils in the diffuser, having the vitamins, giving yourself that nutritional support is going to set you up to be able to sustain that new direction.
So what is the number 5 tip for healing your gut?
Look at all these comments.
I know, everybody's on fire. You have to scroll all the way down.
Oh, it's right here.
Oh, okay. Lori Fuquay, I hope I said your name right. Congratulations, you won. Let's see.
We should give her a copy of the book.
Okay.
And an oil. We can do both.
Okay. Woo,
we're talking about pattern interruption. That's what my book's all about.
The giveaways are getting even better, you guys.
We're talking about interrupting stress patterns here.
Okay, Laura, you get an Unlearning Stress book, and you get a Digest Zen oil. How perfect for our unlearning stress. This oil, we're going to talk about in a little bit. So more details coming soon.
Awesome. All right. So let's talk about the fun stuff, the essential oils, right? So we've laid the foundation for some of the big pillars of, lifestyle choices and what to be thinking about there. And now let's break down some of the essential oil routines that we think are really, really important.
So essential oils are natural aromatic compounds that are found in plants. That's why when you walk by trees or you walk by a lavender field, you smell those amazing smells. That's actually the essential oils in the plants that are putting off that aromatic display. So what we do is we take those plants and then we put them in a steam distilled machine. Basically, it has fire and it's like, there's lots of videos on this. I'm not explaining that very well. I'm like, you know, there's a
Stay
fire.
in your zone of genius, Jen. Stay in your
There's
zone
like
of
a
genius.
big cauldron and you put all of the, they put all of the plant material in there. And then from that, the plant matter is separated from the oil matter. And that's where we get the very distilled, high quality essential oils that we use. And that makes them incredibly powerful because we're taking the essence of the plant and we're dumbing it down to its purest form. And that's
Distilling, not dumbing.
Dumbing. Sorry.
Deep breath.
I get so excited. I'm doing the giveaways. I can't handle it. I've only said this 10,000 times. Yeah. So basically, we're distilling it down to the oil in its most pure form, which makes it powerful, safe, and the benefits are far outweigh that of herbs because of the potency. So, how they work depends on two main factors. So the main thing is the quality of the oils. Of course, we know this with doTERRA. This is why we picked doTERRA over any other brand, and that CBTG medical grade quality, because if we were to use any other essential oils, we know that we wouldn't get the results because the purity isn't there, right? So I want to have you guys tell me what are the 3 different ways to use essential oils for the next giveaway. 3 different ways to use essential oils. The 3 types of oils.
All right, there it is. Sarah came in first. Topically,
Sarah
aromatically,
Shackelford.
and internally.
Very good.
Well done.
Well done,
Typing
Sarah.
fast and knowing your
You
ways to use your
get an
oils.
On Guard whitening toothpaste.
Awesome. All right.
I'm just
You
writing
got
your
it
name
in?
down.
Okay. Cool. So yeah, so you guys know these things already, right? The first use is the aromatic. This is going to be super fast acting. You smell it, hits the olfactory bulbs, immediately changes your mood and your state. Great for that pattern interruption. Great to make the room smell nice, to really set the tone for that environment that you want, to clean out any kind of air toxins that might be there, any bad energy that might be around. The aromatic is super, super powerful and very, very fast acting. So, yeah, we just talked about this.
Yeah, exactly. So the vagus nerve, the olfactory system that affects the limbic system right there in the top of your nose. Okay, so topical use. This is applying oils directly to your body, okay? So this is massaging it, topically applying it where there's an area of irritation, putting it on the bottoms of the feet, diluting it with a carrier oil, or when appropriate, using it neat. And then the third way to use essential oils is internally. So this is consuming it as a dietary supplement. This is what we use for targeted wellness. So say, for example, in this particular webinar where we're targeting digestive issues, the oils that we'll be taking internally are specific for this idea. But there are oils that you can use for any targeted wellness issue. And that we're doing this in preventive use so that we can truly take care of our bodies instead of just having that responsive care after something has happened already to us.
And this is one of the differentiating factors with doTERRA, where the ability for us to use their high quality, totally pure essential oils internally, that we can use them safely, is huge, especially when it comes to gut health, and especially if we're talking about reducing inflammation in the gut. Because you could put some stuff on topically, but it's going to have some systemic effect. But to be able to get these molecules directly to where they need to be, and to be able to affect the entire GI train is just absolutely, it's critical.
And because doTERRA oils are so pure, it's not only apparent that essential oils can be taken internally, but they're actually recommended to take internally because they can be so effective. So how do we put all of this together into an easy routine? As we've talked about 5 different tips, and now we're gonna break it down really easy for you guys so that you can have simple, easy takeaways tonight into how you can create a daily routine that's gonna have a lasting effect on your digestive system.
Yeah, so number one is going to be the Lifelong Vitality Pack. Give a thumbs up, or say yes if you in the chat if you are already taking the Lifelong Vitality. So this is going to be huge, right? This is the foundation of everything. When I was, we're putting this together, I was like, what is absolutely the most important thing? Like when we're talking about restoring gut health and helping people to transform their bloating, there's a lot of great oils, and we'll get into some of that stuff, but like I couldn't have this conversation without talking about the LLV. Like we need all three of these things in order for us to feel great. And that like taking celery seed or taking digestin by itself is like, it's great. It might be helpful. I mean, it's going to be helpful. It's going to have an impact. But when we're talking about sustaining long-term health and wellness and bringing your body to those optimal states of balance so you can thrive, the LLV it's got to be there. You have to start here.
So for our next giveaway, we want to hear for those of you, there's a lot of you that are talking about the LLVs. We want to hear what a testimonial from you of how LLV has changed your life for another book, and a spearmint essential oil, which is another great one for soothing the digestive system. So type in the chat how
you don't have to rush it.
Vitamins,
we'll pick one at random. You don't have to rush it.
We're going to talk about the vitamins for a few minutes. So just take your time writing it. For those of you that have already started with the Lifelong Vitality vitamins, tell us how it has impacted your health, and I'll tell you mine. How about that?
And while you guys are doing that, let's take a little bit of a closer look here at the core ingredients of the LLV. So the first one's going to be the Microplex. You want to talk about this one?
Sure. So the Microplex I like to think of as a salad in a bottle. So this one provides 22 essential vitamins and minerals that support your body's cellular function. So how I like to think about this is you have in your salad broccoli, kale, so many green vegetables that are supporting your body, but we can't eat enough salad on a day-to-day basis to truly support our system. So what's great about the Microplex is that it's a food-based salad in a bottle where you can get all of the things that you need to support your body. So it's going to help metabolism. It's going to help free radicals because of all of the antioxidants in it. It supports healthy immune function, and it even has a tummy tamer blend, which helps to reduce the bloating with essential oils like peppermint and ginger.
Awesome. All right, the next one is the Alpha CRS. This is the one that I totally love. This one's going to have powerful polyphenols. We've got like resveratrol. There's milk thistle in here. What else is in it?
Turmeric,
the
pomegranate,
yeah.
green tea.
All these things that are going to help the body to really thrive, to help the liver do what it needs to do, to decrease inflammation, to restore that balance. This is a very, very complicated formulation, and I've never seen anything else like it anywhere on the market. This one is absolutely awesome. And part of what I love, we'll see it also in the omegas that we look at, is that they've added the essential oils in here to help us to absorb it, to prevent any kind of like digestive upset that might happen while you take it, and to really improve the distribution and the absorption of these vitamins in the body as you take them.
And the omegas, this is our fatty acids. Okay, so the omegas are your omega-3, 6s, and 9s, and this really helps the cardiovascular system, the nervous system, immune function, and supports healthy joints. So we have a couple different options for this. We have the fish oil, which comes from cold water fish, for the fish oil omega version, and we also have a flax version for those of you that are plant-based, the vegan version. So this one is really great too, because this is the only of the vitamins that has the liquid form of the essential oils in it. And we know that essential oils are powerful antioxidants. So in the vitamin, this actually keeps the oils, the fish oils, from oxidizing because of the antioxidant qualities within the little capsule, which is great because then, I don't know if any of you have ever had a fish capsule that doesn't smell great. That's usually because it is oxidizing. So what we want is to have lots of antioxidants, which helps to reduce the free radicals and keep our cells functioning on their highest level.
And if you've ever looked at, how to decrease inflammation, or look it up, they always talk about the fish oils and the omegas to help decrease inflammation. All right, let's take a look now at the stories chat.
Awesome. My gosh, so many. Look at how many things that have happened.
All right, we've got more energy and losing weight,
Yeah.
hair and nail strength. It's helping my gut and my overall mood. More energy, no longer having my skin problem again, which is great. Awesome. Healthier hair, skin, and nails. Great. The mood boosting qualities are incredible. Such an unexpected added benefit. Energy is sustained throughout the day, and I've been able to eliminate coffee. That's awesome.
That is awesome, Sarah.
Maria's going
Maria
to be
hasn't
getting
tried
it.
it
She's
yet. She's going to
excited.
get it. Leah's husband grew extra hair. That's amazing. Very good. It's improved the clarity of Andrea's skin and acne with more energy. Priscilla's been taking it for 2 months, and her acne since she was 13 has cleared up. That's amazing,
Awesome.
Priscilla. Cheyenne says more energy. She's feeling zen AF. I love you. That's hilarious. Yvonne says it's changing her life every second, helping her with depression, loss for dad, and helping her ulcers. Wow, Yvonne, that's amazing. Sylvia says it helps me go to sleep better. She goes to the bathroom more regularly, lots more energy, mood is better, and she's just fell in love with them. Amazing. There's so many of them.
Wow, this is great.
Shelby says she likes the combination of antioxidants, greens, naturally produced vitamins, and the anti-inflammatory properties. Amazing. I think the winner goes to Yvonne. I feel like that's a really good one.
Awesome.
That's the life-changing one. All right, Yvonne, you get the spearmint, which is another great one for digestion. You can put this one in water, or you can add it to your favorite delicious goodies like brownies. It tastes amazing, and you can even use it for oil pulling in the morning. That spearmint is really uplifting. Great in the diffuser as well. And then you get the copy of Jim's book.
This is awesome. I love these testimonials just for the LLV. You can see, right? If you haven't been taking it, you can see why when we were making this, it's like we have to include this because it's like it's everything. It's just this by itself is life-changing. And now we're going to get even more specific. I just love this stuff. I've been waiting to do this webinar for
It's
like
true.
3 years. It's just like,
Yes.
it's like we got to do like a solid digestion webinar. Like enough with like the natural like intro to class. Like got to talk digestion. Let's get into this. People need to know how great these products are.
And I was like, people just want to fit into their pants and look cute. Okay. Nobody cares about the science. Everyone just wants to fit into their pants and feel good about themselves. Right, ladies? Truth.
All right, so the next product is going to be the PB Assist. This is going to be your probiotic. And so the great thing about how doTERRA's formulated this is it's got that double layer encapsulation. So it's going to be able to navigate through the stomach to bring the probiotics to the intestines where they're needed. But they also added what's called prebiotic fiber, which is going to be basically the food that the probiotic needs in order to thrive. So we're not just giving it like this awesome rocket ship to get through the stomach, but we're going to be able to launch it into the intestines and give it the food that it needs so that it can proliferate and thrive. These are awesome. If you've got a testimony about the PB Assist, I'd love to hear that too. And then this is like my first love of doTERRA. Well, I think the hand soap and the toothpaste, but this is like once I actually started like taking the products and not just like, you know, using the household stuff, the Terrazyme is like the #1 thing. So this is going to be your digestive enzyme complex. So we've got 10 active whole food enzymes. And these are the things, again, that are deficient in the standard American diet, like the cooked food, the preservative-laden stuff, the microwave things. Like, you know, this is going to help to supplement that. It's going to help to give your body what it needs to break things down. And so it's got stuff to help the lipase, the protease, the amylase. It's going to help to break down the proteins, the fats, the complex carbs, the sugars. I personally think everybody should be taking at least one of these with every meal. Like if you're eating, again, anything close to an American diet, and even if you're eating really, really pure stuff, like even the vegans and the raw food people, like your body needs help breaking down raw foods. It's the hardest thing for the body to digest. The Terrazyme is like, it's a liquid, and it's like, it's just like pure digestive chi, you know, it's like this pure digestive energy that is so, so valuable. And it just eases the burden from the rest of the body when it comes to these meals. Now, if you're someone who's like, well, I don't like to take many pills, like, I get it. If you know that you're going to be going into a meal or a holiday or a season where you're going to be exposed to things that are more challenging for your body to break down, this is a no-brainer.
AKA when you go to pizza with your husband and it's lots of gluten and cheese, better bring your Terrazymes because taking 2 of them will be a game changer for you. I promise.
And not that anybody on this webinar is doing this, but if you like to drink a little bit, especially if you're drinking beer,
Yeah.
you know, like load up with
Yeah.
Terrazyme as you're doing it. It's going to save you a whole headache and all mess of the next day.
Better, of course, if you just eat gluten-free, dairy-free, and you don't drink, but everybody has little moments of indulgence, and we don't judge anyone.
Have fun. Terrazyme helps.
Don't abuse the things, guys. All right, let's talk about DigestZen. So DigestZen is the most famous of all of the digestive oils in doTERRA. Probably most of you have this because it comes in the basic kit. So this one, as we have mentioned before, has lots of great things inside of it, which is peppermint, ginger, caraway, anise, and that fennel. So it has that licoricey smell to it. It's absolutely amazing for supporting healthy digestion when you take it 1 drop in water, in a tea form or just in a shot glass, or you can even rub it on your stomach topically to help soothe that occasional distress. This is great for reducing gas, indigestion. If you are constipated, I love to take this one when I'm traveling, as sometimes it's hard when I'm eating foods that I'm not used to help me get going in the morning. And this is one that I love to carry in my purse because whenever you feel bloated, it's always nice to have an option right on the fly to help you feel better.
So there was, maybe I might be the only nerd here. If that's the case, apologies. But I love to get into the research. I like to go to pubmed.gov and see like what the research has been. And there was a research study that looked at anise seed essential oil and its effects on people with IBS and depression. And if you or someone that you care about has IBS and has been suffering with, you know, those symptoms, which can be varied from, you know, hardcore constipation to diarrhea to the alternation of the two, you know, you've probably seen them when they haven't had a good day. And, you know, it's easy to understand how that depression can, you know, be caused by the IBS or vice versa. And what the study found is that just by using anise seed essential oil, it alleviated the symptoms of IBS and alleviated, it took the edge off of the depression. So they reported being just happier in general. So these things, and they smell great, but what we're talking about is really like healing at our core, which is just so huge. It's awesome.
And lavender, which is so soothing. So this has to do more with that pattern interruption, right? So when we're talking about how to integrate a daily routine, lavender is very important for that pattern interruption. So when you feel that stress coming on in the day, you just need to take a few deep breaths when someone cuts you off on the highway or before you are going to sleep and your mind is racing of all the things you have to do tomorrow or things that you're worried about. Lavender can be incredibly soothing. So put it on your hands, take a few deep breaths. If you have it with you, you can go ahead and do that, because it smells so incredible. And at night, put 3 drops in the diffuser before you go to bed and allow yourself to sleep a little more deeply, because that detoxification process and a lot of your gut is working at night actually when you're sleeping. And that's the reset phase for your body. So if you're sleeping well and you're reducing your stress, then your digestion can work the way that it's supposed to. And lemon. So who here loves lemon essential oil? Type in the chat if you love lemon and you've been using the lemon. Some of the giveaways that I've given you guys already tonight, grapefruit and wild orange can be a substitute for lemon. Any of the citruses really have a similar effect on the body, but lemon is wonderful for cleansing and purifying. So when we take this 1 drop in water, it really helps to pull the toxins, that toxic load out of our body by supporting the production of glutathione in the kidney and the liver. And this is great because it helps your body to alkalize and it helps your body to just get started. So my favorite thing to do in the morning is take 1 drop of a lemon in a big glass of water. Make sure that it's either glass or stainless steel so that it doesn't pull toxins from plastic, no plastic. And that positive uplifting aroma in the water is actually going to help you drink more water. And that's a foundation for your digestive support as well.
The chat is blowing up.
Everybody loves lemon.
It's all the things. It's like these testimonials. Are you guys paying attention to the chat? It's like, it's amazing.
And
I love seeing all these testimonials.
Grapefruit's so good. Love it. Great. And now we're talking about On Guard. So one of the things we didn't mention is that within the gut, your immune system is mostly in your gut. So really taking care of your immune system and boosting your immune system is important. On Guard, which is our most popular immune system blend, because it smells so nice, it has that really rich cinnamony, clove, wild orange combination, excuse me, gosh, I can't talk tonight. Wild orange peel, clove bud, cinnamon leaf, cinnamon bark, eucalyptus, and rosemary. It's right there written in front of me. I just make it up in my head. And this combination smells wonderful. It's just that holiday rich scent. And this, when we breathe it in, will actually kill the viruses and germs and the bacteria, which can penetrate that cell membrane and really help to support your body and support the cells from within. So diffusing it is great in the air to kill the germs and bacteria. And then also when you breathe it in, it's working in your body as well, which is going to help your gut, which is where your immune system is.
Part of what I love about On Guard is it's got that spicy and that warmth to it, right? And so in Chinese medicine, a lot of times when there's digestive distress, whether it's, especially if there's like loose stools, IBS, diarrhea, bloating, if that mentioned in the beginning, we talked about like feeling heavy, even if you haven't had that weight gain, but you just kind of feel heavy. A lot of times we say that's because there's too much cold and damp in the body. So if you've ever like read on these health blogs that say, you know, not to eat like ice water, like no ice drinks, you know, everything body or room temperature, or, you know, body temperature warmer, right? A lot of that is, I mean, the Chinese have talked about that for thousands and thousands of years, because when there's too much cold and damp in the body, everything gets really stuck and it's hard for the digestion to feel good. It's hard to feel light. And On Guard, with that warm and spicy flavor to it, is one that's going to help to activate that warmth. It's going to bring and help to dissolve some of that dampness and that congealing that happens from too much cold internally.
And frankincense. Who doesn't love frankincense? So frankincense is incredibly important in supporting our digestive health because of its anti-inflammatory properties. If there's one oil that I had to pick if I was on a deserted island, frankincense would definitely be it. And I love to take this one drop underneath my tongue every day because of the anti-inflammatory properties that go directly into my digestive system to help reduce that bloating. So you can also use it aromatically. You can put it on your skin, of course, to help reduce wrinkles, and it does help support the immune system and the nervous system as well.
It is awesome anti-inflammatory. I mean, this thing just does everything. And if you can let me get just a little bit weird here for a second, you know, part of like where the frankincense oil comes from, the way that they extract it is they actually slice the tree. And then it's the sap that comes out as the tree's response to heal and to repair itself. So on a spiritual level, right, when there's a lot of gut issues, you can think about oftentimes it's that root or the second chakra that's affected. It's like our core, right? This is like our core beliefs, and it's like the trunk, almost like the energetic trunk of the body. And so by using frankincense, we're able to take that medicine that the tree, you know, created, that resin that the tree created to heal the wound to its core. And frankincense brings that kind of energy to the body. And for people who have had, like, I mean, I feel this one, right? Because when your gut has been not feeling well for so long, you know, we start to get this kind of confused identity just as the person who is sick all the time, who's always bloated or can't eat certain foods. And so frankincense on like a spiritual level can help to bring some of the healing there as you re-identify with who you are and that core of your essence.
And remember, this is one of the most spiritual oils that has been around for thousands of years. It was in King Tut's tomb. It was given to Jesus when he was born, and almost every spiritual script actually has frankincense in it across the religions. So the daily foundations. We'll remember that easy recipe that we were talking about. Well, this is it. So taking 1 drop of lemon in the morning with your water before you eat or drink anything else. Taking 1 drop of frankincense underneath the tongue, diffusing On Guard throughout the day to help boost your immune system, taking 2 of each of that lifelong vitality vitamins with food. So whether that's breakfast and dinner or breakfast and lunch. Taking a Terrazyme, take 1 to 2 of the digestive enzymes, Terrazyme, before each meal. You can take a screenshot of this or a picture of this so that you can remember it. Adding 1 drop of Digest Zen onto your stomach after you eat, especially a meal that makes you feel bloated or makes you feel heavy. This is a great oil to add on. taking 1 PB Assist, which is the probiotic, at night before you go to bed. This is going to help your body to absorb those nutrients while you sleep. And diffusing lavender, a few drops in your bed while you're sleeping, can 100% help you to really get that restful night's sleep. And then you wake up and your body has done its detox and it's ready to eliminate.
Does anybody already have a routine that's similar to this? These stories are great.
I know, it's amazing. We're gonna have to like screenshot the chat.
Yeah, we can save the chat. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Awesome.
We love your stories, guys.
Awesome. Maria, you're lined up. This is the thing.
Yvonne, frankincense saved her from getting a shoulder replacement. Aurora says that she went to all these different dermatologists that were putting her on steroids, and she was feeling helpless until she tried frankincense, and then she hasn't had any issues.
Amazing.
Oh my gosh, you guys, this is so good. This is why we do this, because the stories of you guys healing yourselves in ways that are safer, cheaper, and more effective is everything. And this is a grassroots movement. This is how we're doing it, is just like this, having conversations, whether it's online or in your kitchen table. This is how we're healing the world. Okay, great. So with that being said, let's just imagine the vibration and this conventional approach and the energy of the things that we use to treat our digestive health. So this Metamucil, so many people take this every single day, including my clients. Pepto-Bismol, if they're feeling, if they're feeling that icky belly. Imodium, if you're going too much. Tums, of course, for indigestion. And just feel the vibration of those products. And then
just look at it. It's just like, ugh. Chewy bites, this pink stuff.
Yeah, it's just it's not natural, right? And then imagining this new toolkit, so plant medicine, and what it feels like to go straight to Mother Earth and go into a beautiful garden to support your body and heal your body, just like the earth heals itself. So in review of all the things we've talked about so far, the 3 simple steps to digestive health are: first, to eliminate the toxicity, both environmental toxins and supporting the body to better naturally detoxify itself. So this means switching out your products, choosing better, more sustainable options for clothing, household items, and really taking your supplements so that your body can, and lemon and all of the oils, so that you're getting rid of the toxicity that you have to be exposed to just because that's how it is. Second thing is to restore those key components. So making sure that you're taking care of your microbiome with the probiotics and the enzymes for that optimal conversion of food to fuel. And then decreasing the inflammation. So using essential oils like frankincense, using the pattern interruption of yoga and meditation, and really helping yourself to manage your stress. Diffusing lavender at night and smelling it throughout the day can be instrumental in decreasing your inflammation.
So when you add it all up, what you've got is a body with all that it needs to heal and to thrive, no outside interference keeping it down, and optimal states of a healthy immune and inflammatory responses. This is someone who can go anywhere, be with anyone, eat whatever, and thrive. And they know that they've got the tools available to them to restore that balance anytime that they might waver or face challenging situations.
So now you have a choice. Are you ready to feel great again and allow yourself to thrive? So for those of you guys who don't have these products yet, I know many of you are on here to learn more about them. You are already all existing members of our wonderful doTERRA community. So you can get these products for already at 25% off. And we're going to explain to you now how you can even save more money, because we want to make sure that you are ordering things the way we order them, which is to save the most money.
And keep staying tuned, because once we walk you through this process, there's a bonus round where we're going to talk about a few other products that are absolutely awesome to help improve your digestion.
And we have the grand prize giveaway.
That too.
Don't forget about that. They really want the giveaway. So you've probably heard about your monthly wellness box. This is how we order our vitamins and take care of our digestive health every single month. And this is through the Loyalty Rewards program. This is a hassle-free program that you can join at any time. And what happens is you get your shipping costs reimbursed, and you start to get a percentage back in points into your account so that you can reimburse them for free products. So you can think of it kind of as like a frequent flyer program, kind of like you would do with an airplane, only this is way better than any airline I've ever seen. So when you're a part of this, just for ordering your vitamins and a few household items that you're replacing around the home, if that order is over 125 points, you can actually get a free oil of the month. So how many of you got the free oil of the month this month, which was the hinokoi, which is a Japanese sacred oil that they use to build temples with? It's so amazing. I'm obsessed with it. It's so good. So what's great about the program is that the longer you participate in the program, the more rewards you get. So because we've been in the program for over a year, our $100 order, we actually get $30 back, or 30%. And when you start out, it's 10, but once you've been in it for longer, it can go all the way up to 30%. So it's really convenient. So you can change your order every single month. There's no lock-in contract, so you can cancel it at any time. The only obligation is that you order at least one item per month. So this can be something really simple like a lemon, or this could be $300 worth of supplements and vitamins when you're out of things in your home. So it's kind of a no-brainer to do the Loyalty Rewards program. It definitely gives you the most bang for your buck. And really, doTERRA has this designed so that you can make your wellness easy, because we know that wellness is not a one-time thing. It's not a one-time purchase. It's not a do it every so often.
There's no finish line.
It's a daily ritual that is going to help you to really live the lifestyle that's going to produce the life that you want to live. Okay. So if you have questions on how to set this up and you need help, there's tons of education in our Uprising Wellness community, the Facebook group, and also your upline. I'm sure whoever enrolled you will be really happy to explain to you how to get started with the loyalty program and what will be the best product for you. So make sure to reach out to them. So many of you may not know this, but all of the products that we just talked about, plus some extra goodies, are actually on sale right now. So the Daily Habits Kit is the perfect introduction and reintroduction to jumpstarting your digestive health. So this kit, the Daily Habits Kit, is actually specifically designed to help you go through that daily routine that we just mentioned, the easy one. And it comes with the Lifelong Vitality vitamins. It comes with the Terrazyme, the probiotics, and it even comes with 5 little mini essential oils that can support you with more than what we talked about tonight in this webinar. So lavender, lemon, frankincense, balance, which is great for stress, and the On Guard for immune system. And then as a bonus, you even get that deep blue rub, which is great for muscle pain and any joint pain. So you can rub that on your body. And instead of being $195, it's actually 20% off for this month. So for those of you that are watching this live, when you place this in your LRP order, you'll even get your points back. So you get 10% back. So that's an additional almost $20 worth of free oils, which would get you like a free lavender or a free breathe.
The Digestin. You got to get so the Digestin's not included in the Healthy Habits Kit. So take your savings and get yourself that Digestin also.
Yeah, Digestin is not in this one. So you can save up your points for next time you can get it, because your shipping costs also get reimbursed back into your cart. Amazing. So the bonus round. So we're going a little bit deeper into digestion now and more specific support for some of those issues that you might be having.
Did you want to do the grand giveaway?
The giveaway is coming at the end.
Oh, okay. Awesome. All right. So this one, I was like super excited. As you guys can tell, I'm like super nerd for this stuff. So this just came out at convention last September. This is enteric-coated peppermint soft gel. So if you know somebody who is challenged with IBS in particular, or inflammatory bowel disease, this is the product that is like an absolute must-have. So what happens here, the enteric-coated means that it's going to be able to get through the stomach acid to be delivered to the small and large intestine. So we're going to be able to bring the power of doTERRA's CPTG peppermint directly to the damaged tissues of the small and the large intestine. We know with the research, the menthol helps to relax the smooth muscle, to decrease bloating, to decrease the loose stools. This one is like, I mean, if anybody, if you've been using it, I'd love to hear your stories. And otherwise, like, again, if you're challenged with IBS and IBD or someone that you know that you care about, this is like the absolute must have, because it's going to be able to bring those targeted essential oils to those affected areas.
And it's part of the grand prize giveaway. What? Yes. And I have a few more things that are part of that grand prize giveaway.
Awesome. The next one also came out at convention. This one is going to be the dual chamber turmeric pill. So turmeric, we know it's been used for thousands of years to decrease inflammation. In my own journey to wellness, when I was really sick, I was like, you know, pooping blood 6 to 10 to 12 times a day. Couldn't make it to the bathroom in time. Sometimes it was intense, right? And when I say I was sick, I was really sick. It was turmeric that turned the tide for me. And this one is absolutely amazing. doTERRA is breaking revolutionary ground here by using their turmeric essential oil, which some of you guys may have been using for a while, combined with the turmeric extract. And they've been figured out how to put them in the same pill together. And what they're finding is that the turmeric essential oil is aiding the absorption of the turmeric extract something like 7 to 11 times greater. We've never seen the turmeric extract have this kind of absorption ever before. So this is like a groundbreaking product. And when you dive into the research with turmeric, it's like, it's great for inflammation. We're seeing benefits with brain health, with nerve health. It is like this, especially if you're in the aging population, the turmeric is absolutely critical to incorporate into your daily routine. But it's if you know somebody who's been really struggling with their digestive health or really any sort of systemic inflammation, please get them this turmeric dual chamber pill. And then the next one here is going to be celery seed, another new product for doTERRA. What's great about the celery seed is that this one is going to really affect the upper GI. So a lot of what we've been talking about are sort of like lower GI issues with the bloating and the inflammation and all of this stuff. But the celery seed is going to have a really profound effect on the upper GI. So we're talking about the esophagus and the stomach. One of the active ingredients in celery seed, we see that it helps to protect and preserve the mucosal membranes. So if you think about any sort of diseases where the mucosal membranes are affected, think ulcers and reflux, the celery seed is going to be very, very powerful to help protect those and to heal that. And what we also see is that there's an antibacterial ingredient that shows up in the celery seed essential oil that in a lab has been shown to be very, very effective against H. pylori. Anybody know what H. pylori is used for, or what it shows is a culprit for? So it's going to be.
No one knows that.
Oh, okay. It's also stomach ulcers.
Okay.
Sorry.
There we go.
Ulcers.
Layman's terms.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So it's good for the stomach ulcers. So celery seed is really, really powerful.
Amazing. Words of the wise, guys. It's super bitter, so make sure that when you're taking it, I like to pair it with lime, and both of these happen to be part of the grand prize giveaway, which is coming in just a moment. So take 1 drop of this with a citrus oil like lemon or lime when you take it, because it's going to cut a little bit of that bitterness. It's really nice to add into a smoothie or juice just so that it's not so intense.
Great. All right, and the last one, also on sale this month, is Slim and Sassy. So if you've been dealing and challenged with weight issues, or your metabolism is slow, the Slim and Sassy is like a phenomenal blend. So we've got grapefruit, we've got lemon, we've got peppermint, ginger, and cinnamon bark. So I love the formulation of this because the grapefruit has been shown in research to dissolve fat, detox the body, and support the lymph. We know that smelling grapefruit can decrease cravings. Cinnamon has been shown time and time and time again to help regulate blood sugar and blood sugar balance. And ginger, we know, is phenomenal to help harmonize the digestion and to decrease inflammation. We could have just put the ginger essential oil up here also to help harmonize the digestion, but this Slim and Sassy blend is so multifaceted and beautiful with the combination of the warming of the ginger and the cinnamon, along with the powerful limonene products or qualities of the grapefruit and the lemon. This one is absolutely awesome. Can you tell I get excited about this stuff?
And now, the final bonus giveaway. So for the last grand prize giveaway, we have, just in review, we have the peppermint soft gels, we have the celery seed, we have the lime, And then as a bonus, I have the Copaiba
Oh my goodness.
soft gels, and this is our grand prize.
Boy, might as well give them a book too.
And a book. Yeah, we got another book. So the Copaiba is another great oil. We didn't talk about it tonight in the webinar, but you guys probably know about how amazing this is for reducing inflammation in the body, how it works with the endocannabinoid system to reduce inflammation, to help balance the mood, and help to reduce anxiety. So the winner is going to get all of this stuff as our last giveaway. Thank you guys for tuning in. So in order to win this, we want you to type in why you would benefit from winning this particular package. So what's that? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, great. I messed up. Sorry.
Yeah.
So for the first person that types in their order number for the Daily Habits Kit, you are going to win the giveaway. So go ahead and we're gonna scroll through the chat and answer some questions. Answer questions, and then we're gonna pick a winner from you guys when you post your order number. So head over to your doTERRA.com and go ahead and purchase that Daily Habits Kit. And once you have purchased the Daily Habits Kit, come back over here. We're gonna be answering your questions, and then we'll pick our grand prize winner from the order numbers, just to help give you that extra incentive to truly live the lifestyle that we are encouraging you to live. How does that sound?
Awesome. All right. So while you guys are, let's see, here was a question. We need to plug in the computer.
Yes. So for those of you guys who won, so for so many of you, so I've got Elizabeth, Courtney, Aurora, Kristen, then we have Lori, Sarah, and Yvonne. You guys, please email me, jennifer@antayoga.com, and send me your mailing address so that we can get these shipped off to you starting tomorrow for your prizes, okay? Yes, so someone is asking questions.
Yeah, there's a few. So is this safe to give to kids? I'd love to help a 9-year-old that has huge problems with digestive health. I'm sorry I missed when that was. I'm not sure which one we're talking about, but they do have kids lines. So they have like a kids probiotic. They have the kids multivitamins, so that's great to support them there. And then they have all of the pre-mixed fractionated coconut oil, essential oil blends. Tamer is really beautiful. Tamer smells amazing. It's got spearmint. I like the way it smells better than the Digescent. And so that's a great one to rub on topically, if, you know, depending on what the issue is there. Usually with kids, it's going to be some kind of like, you know, bloating, food sensitivities maybe, or like constipation. So I would start with the probiotics and the Tamer topically, and then see where that, see how that goes. Rachel says, I have hereditary lymphedema in my left leg, and the new turmeric capsules have been amazing. Awesome. Question about SIBO. Yeah, okay, so Lori, thank you for asking. I saw your comment about that. SIBO is like incredibly complicated. So that's going to be like, I'd love to do more like a more involved, more in-depth follow-up, because we didn't talk really about Candida either. So SIBO, I would check to see the Community Uprising Facebook group to see if people have protocols in there. You can reach out to me directly and we can talk a little bit more about it, but I don't want to overwhelm people here. But with SIBO, typically you have to be careful with probiotics. The probiotics can actually aggravate it. So it's a lot more complicated than what we really can talk about here. Let's see.
Hi, Rachel.
5:16 p.m. How common are gut problems, inflammation from amoeba or belly bugs versus IBS or other factors? Would you recommend a stool test right off the bat to rule out belly bugs, or try other treatments first? I like that, belly bugs. I've never heard that
belly
before.
Bugs.
It's so cute. It makes it sound like they're like little, you know, not as harmful as they actually are.
Like parasites, in fact, like harmful, like, ooh, it's better to think of them as belly bugs. I like that better, Rachel.
So it depends on I'll give you my answer, right? As a clinician, it really depends on the history, how long the issues have been there. If you have reason to believe that you might have a parasite or a bug, like if you were doing any international traveling, getting a comprehensive stool test is like, it's never going to hurt, you know, if you're willing to do that, to send that in. And, you know, if your insurance pays for it, even better. But it can be helpful to know, you know, what exactly is going on there. I still would think that the protocol that we suggested is going to be helpful. It's not going to hurt it. Like again, the SIBO is where you got to be a little bit careful with it. But there are other products that doTERRA has that can be incredibly effective to just clear everything out. Like we're in the middle of the Cleanse and Restore program right now. And the middle 10 days of that with the GX Assist is like loaded with oregano. And I don't even know what else is in there. Oregano is like the big one. And that's going to kill like just about everything. So if you think that there might be something going on, always getting tested, talking to your doctor is a good idea. And yeah, I don't know if that's a helpful.
Yeah, Rachel, I would definitely look at the Cleanse and Restore protocol. We have a video about it in the Uprising Wellness community, or reach out to me directly. I can send it to you. And that has been a game changer. I think that I had a parasite for sure, because I always used to eat my berries. I would just buy them from the grocery store because sometimes I get hungry, and I was in this mono food eating phase where I would just eat fruit just plain, and I would just go to the grocery store and I would buy it. I would buy organic, and of course it's like washed, and I would just eat them all the time. And I had this weird thing in my stomach, and I was bloated, and I was gaining weight, and I couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. And then I did the Cleanse and Restore program, and it was very remarkable what happened after I did the parasite portion of it. And I really think, I don't know because I didn't do the stool test, I just went for the cleanse, and it was crazy how different my body felt afterwards. So I know that something had to die off. I don't know what it was, but it was legit.
Yeah. So Lori, oregano, let's see, what are your thoughts? Yeah, the oregano is like super powerful, and that would be something that I would consider. Again, SIBO is like, we're still just learning so much about it. You can reach out to me about that.
Molly asked about how much you can take of copaiba that is safe per day. With any of the oils, Molly, you want to use just a little bit, right? So a little bit goes a long way with the essential oils. With the capsules, you're going to take maybe 1 to 2 a day. The fun thing about essential oils is there isn't really like a too much necessarily. The metabolic processing rate for essential oils is 24 drops of something in 24 hours. So you would never want to take more than 1 drop per hour, but anything underneath that, depending on where you're at, should be within the realm of safe. But for the most part, you really only need to take 1 or 2 drops a day of any of the essential oils because they are so powerful. So I would say for the copaiba soft gels, you would take 2, maybe 3, 4 a day, or every few hours as needed.
All right, Rachel says, how does On Guard know which bacteria to kill? Does it only kill bad gut bacteria or good bacteria at risk too? That's a great question. With any of the essential oils that are like antibacterial, antiviral, I think, now the research isn't clear, it hasn't been done, but I think that, everything is potentially at risk there. And that's where, I don't recommend that people take oregano every day because I just think it's too hard on the body. Like even the On Guard soft gels, I personally don't recommend that they take it every day. And if they do, you might want to double up on your probiotics. So like, I know for me, if I'm feeling like I'm getting sick, that would lead me to want to take the On Guard soft gels, like at a higher dose. I'm going to be sure to take the probiotics there. But the On Guard topically, you're not going to have that issue. And certainly aromatically, it's going to be fine. It's really if you're just taking, like if you're making your own pills, or you're taking the On Guard, what's it called, On Guard Plus, I think, the soft gels, there I'd be a little bit more concerned. And certainly if you're taking high doses of oregano, you're going to want to supplement with the good bacteria, because it would stand to reason that some of the healthy bacteria might get caught up in the eradication of the bad bacteria. But for short periods of time and the effectiveness of the essential oils, it's great. And compared to an antibiotic where you might have to take a dose for like 7 or 10 or 2 weeks, where the essential oils oftentimes, because they're so good at penetrating the cell membrane, they might be able to eradicate it in 24 or 48 hours. So overall, using the essential oils is going to have way less negative impact on the gut bacteria than an antibiotic. It's not even close.
Not even in the same category, yeah. And we do recommend, if you are taking essential oil like an oregano or On Guard soft gel or a GX Assist, for example, that you wouldn't take it, even the Zendocrine, for more than a 10-day time period, and then you would do 10 days of probiotics. And if you needed to repeat that same procedure again, if you are doing something systemic, especially if you are trying to treat candida or parasites or something like that, that you would do it only in 10-day increments.
Where do we go here? Let's see. Can my teenager take oils and supplements? I would think that would be fine. You might, it depends how big the teenager is,
Yeah.
you know, what they weigh. I would start off at half a dose and see what happens. You know, instead of taking 4 pills of each, you know, you could even start off at a quarter dose, and then work their way up to it.
Exactly. Someone asked how many drops to take of oils internally. So you would, when you're taking the oils internally, you really only need to do 1 drop. So 1 drop of frankincense under the tongue, 1 drop of lemon in the water should be enough to last all day long. 1 drop of copaiba. Because the oils are so powerful, it is really important to make sure that you're using less is more.
Yeah, there's a typo. It's Ansa Yoga.
Oh, Ansa Yoga.
ANSA.
Oops, I messed it up. Sorry, guys. I'll type it in the chat here. No wonder you couldn't email me. My fault.
You can also find her on Instagram.
Yeah, you can also send it to me on Instagram, jennifer@ansayoga.com. Here's my email, or Jennifer. Or you can also tell your upline, because you guys are all our family here.
280 pounds, 5'6". Yeah, the full dose of the vitamins should be fine. Yeah. But yeah, there's no harm in starting slow. You know, just work your way up to it. I remember you talked about oregano in your Cleanse and Restore podcast, and you talked about oregano again. Yeah, so oregano just kills everything. I mean, it's like, it's a superpower antiviral, antibacterial. It's been shown to be effective against all sorts of growth that you don't want in the body. But it is sort of like, it is like the equivalent of
antibiotic.
Yeah.
It's a natural antibiotic.
Yeah. So it's really, really strong. I love it when I'm doing like a candida cleanse. If I feel like I've got some candida, again, like we should just do a separate webinar just on candida, because it's like, it's so prevalent. But it is going to be, oregano is going to be the main thing there. Yeah. Can you take too many supplements? I have the LLV, Terrazyme, turmeric, copaiba, yarrow, adaptive. Is that too many to be taking?
Great question. I take all of those too. So what I would say, Courtney, is it's not necessarily too much. I think it's just more about your targeted response of what you're looking for in your body. So I like to do things in increments of like a month at a time. So let's just say your goal for this month is focusing on metabolism, right? So I would definitely take the LLV, I would do the Slim and Sassy, and I would do the yarrow. If your goal is, let's say you're having a shoulder issue and inflammation is your issue, then I would do the lifelong vitality with the Terrazymes, the probiotic, and take the turmeric, and really focus on that. So I like to take things targeted. Of course, if you are dealing with all of those things at once, you can take all of these together, because they are separate, different ingredients. They are going to interact with your body in different ways. For example, the copaiba is working with the endocannabinoid system. The way that the digestive enzymes is working in your stomach is totally different than the way the probiotic is working in your small and your large intestines. So it's kind of like a car where you're like working with the different parts. You're working with like the carburetor over here in the engine, and then you're putting gas in over here. So you can use them all together. It's not going to be harmful for you. The only thing is, are you okay with taking that many pills a day? Really, that's the question. And just making sure that you can see the difference from each of the products. So I like to, like I said, focus on one goal at a time, so that I really know if the one product that I'm using has really helped me to achieve that goal that I'm looking for with my health.
I'll let you want to look for.
Okay.
It's just panels.
Yeah, so if you feel better, Courtney, that's awesome. Yep, that's great. So then that's totally fine.
Great.
Amazing. Some people are thanking us.
All right, we've got the orders coming in.
All right. Did everyone type in their order? Let's see.
The first one, or you want to do, what do we say, the first one or a random draw?
I don't remember what I said. I think I said the first one that we see here.
Yeah, that was up here.
Oh, it is up there. Okay.
One.
Perfect. Courtney Toso, you are the winner of the mega kit. Congratulations, Courtney. super excited for you. Make sure to all of our winners, make sure you email me, jennifer@ansayoga.com, ANSA yoga.com, jennifer@ansayoga.com. Please send me your full name, your mailing address, city, state, of course, if there's an apartment number, and your zip code, so that we can make sure that I get all of those products out to you soon. And thank you guys so much for being loyal customers. We truly, truly appreciate you and what you are doing for yourself and for your community. If you guys do have someone who needs to learn about essential oils, we are so passionate about changing lives, and it's our goal to welcome 10,000 members into our community for this coming year. So that's about 5,000 more people. So we are doing this through a grassroots movement, and it is your testimonials, it's your sharing that is going to create the momentum and the changes in people's lives. So if you know someone that you've already given essential oils to, you know that they need them, you know that they could use help, especially with the digestive stuff, please, please, please let them know about our webinar coming up next Thursday night at 8 p.m. where we are going over the basics of essential oils, and we have some giveaways and some really fun stuff on next Thursday night as well, 8 p.m. Eastern, same time, same place, and we will be really allowing them to take the plunge into essential oils, learn about them, and get started with their journey on their own. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. We can post the link to join that webinar. We also will be sending it to everyone in our community. So whoever sent you the link to this webinar will also have access to the link for next webinar as well. So we are happy to send that out. And then let me see if I can actually just post it to you guys right here. I have it all pulled up from before. So let me just send this to you guys. Natural Solutions webinar starting next week, 8 p.m. Here is the link. For those of you who are ready to register, you can go ahead and sign in that way. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. It's been such a pleasure.
Thank you guys. It was great putting this together, and just, you know, wish you all the best of health, and we can't wait to see you in future continuing education classes.
See you next month, guys.